welcome back to my channel. I have a special guest today, Alaina from Houston. So Colordujour on Instagram, you guys probably know her, you've seen her work, you're amazing.
Oh, thank you.
She owns, it's just called Colordujour, like your Instagram handle, right?
Yes, Colordujour.
Colordujour Makeup Studio in Houston, Texas, okay? She came all the way to California to do my makeup. And I'm just excited. Thank you.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. I love Shayla. Shayla is like my Instagram best friend.
Aww,
so I mean, you're beautiful, and I think you're super talented.
We've been following each other for a while.
Oh, wow.
Like years.
Years.
I don't even know. Like I'm like 4 years maybe. Like it's been a while.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah. So her makeup is just like, look at it now. It's just like beautifully blended.
Thank you.
It's just so pretty. So I'm so excited for her to do my makeup. She specializes in, would you say you specialize in bridal makeup?
I will say most of my clientele comes from the bridal world. So
yes. So if you guys need your makeup done, okay, and you're getting married, this is the woman, okay?
Thank you.
This is the chick.
Thank you so much.
So I think what we're gonna do is just jump right into the video. She's gonna be giving me just a really glam bridal look.
Yes.
Right?
It's gonna be the Colordujour bridal look.
Ooh.
Signature look.
Yes, I like that. Okay, so I just told her to do whatever she wants. Like, I'm your canvas, do whatever. I want it to be glam, but I'm just here to learn and watch the magic happen.
And I want to tell you about Shayla. I love Shayla. Yeah, I've been following her for a while. I am a fan as well. And she used my brush set on her online video. So I'm so grateful for that. And she didn't even, it was just like, I'll use your
I just try and support, you know what I mean? Like, I always try to support. We have her brush set here, actually, so she's going to be using it. Where can they get this?
They can get this online. I sell them on my website, Colordujour.com.
And I love that they have like a long handle.
Yes.
So if you're heavy-handed, like me, you can just like come a little bit further back. Yes. Have a light touch. Amazing. I'm so excited for you to use these, and I feel like we should just like jump right into it.
Yes, let's go.
All right.
So we are going to create a beautiful bridal look on Shayla. She
so
just
excited.
recently got engaged.
Yay!
So we get to see her in a nice bridal look.
I'm so excited. It's my first bridal look, so we had some wine too before we started filming.
Yes.
So try to get a little loose with the goose.
Yes.
Just kidding. We didn't have goose. We had wine.
Okay, so we are going to hydrate the skin. It doesn't matter what type of skin my clients have. I always like to hydrate their skin because I don't want to run into any dry patches at the end. So I'm taking my Colordujour Prime and Set spray.
Ooh, that's yours?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we're just going to spray it all over the face. You can use your hands to kind of buff it in, or you can take your brush, blend it in. So we're just going to evenly distribute it.
Which brush is this?
And this is brush 121 from Colordujour line. So for the application, I always like to hydrate the skin. So we're going to start off with the Clinique ID, and this is their hydrating jelly.
Oh, I like that one. That's what I use before my workout sometimes because it's like super lightweight.
Really?
Yes.
So you use primer to work out?
I use that as a moisturizer.
Oh, moisturizer. Okay.
Just because like when I sweat a lot when I work out, so yeah, I need like a really light moisturizer.
I guess I use it to just prime the skin.
I think that's the difference between LA and Houston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, as the primer, and it's going to be like our smoothing primer, we're going to use Milk. And this is their Hydro Grip Primer. So it grips the makeup, and the makeup stays on nicely.
Ooh, I haven't used that.
And you can apply it with a brush, or you can definitely pick up your blender and just apply it all over the face.
Oh yes, beat that face.
So now we are going to apply. I love my brides to glow from, I don't like to always add a highlight on top because sometimes it can look harsh. Yeah. Especially with texture.
And that's very like 2017 highlighter. I mean, I still do it, but I'm a highlight hoe, but I get what you're saying, yeah.
I still do it too. And my brides request that. They're like, I need a little bit more highlight.
Give me that line, right?
But to make that skin glow, I love to use an illuminator. So we're going to use an illuminator before the foundation. So a lot of times for my brides, I go to Danessa Myricks, and we're going to use their illuminating veil, and it's in the shade Attraction. So you don't have to apply it all over, just, areas where you typically see the glow in the face, you want to keep that. So when you get the foundation on, and you set that setting, or you spray that setting spray, it's going to show this nice little glow underneath that foundation. So you can take it from the hand. I really like to use my hand to apply the products because I love for it to warm up first before it gets to the skin, because I feel like it just blends into the skin nicely. I actually try to use the palettes, and the palette, I just feel like it kept the product cold.
I feel like good makeup artists use their hands a lot.
Use their hands a lot. So we're going to take Colordujour brush number 109, and we're just going to apply this product.
Color correcting is like everything. I went through a phase where I was doing it a lot, and then I stopped, and now I'm like back to doing it again, and it makes the biggest difference in photos.
So you want to make sure you're canceling out that hyperpigmentation.
And it's weird, like for me, like I feel like when I don't have makeup on, like I don't really notice it, but as soon as I put makeup on, I'm like, oh crap, I see where like I should have color corrected. And it's like right where you're at right there.
So next we're gonna go in with the foundation, and we're gonna use Makeupshayla's favorite.
I love those.
So this is NARS Caracas, and this is
5W1.5 Estee Lauder Double Wear.
Yes.
Boom.
You got it.
That's my. You know what? Sometimes when I wear that by itself, the double wear, it's like too matte. I think maybe because it's winter. But I feel like if you're in Houston, that might be perfect. But that's why I like to mix it, because it's like by itself a little too matte, and then this sometimes by itself is like too glowy. You know? What do you have on now?
I have on. What did I put on today?
She did her makeup in the car, y'all.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did it?
I touched up in the car.
Oh, you touched up in the car.
I did my makeup 3:30 this morning. It is now, what time is it?
Like, it's like 2 or 3 p.m.
Yeah.
It looks good, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
What did I use? I don't remember.
It's okay.
Oh, Juvia's Place.
Oh, yeah. I like Juvia's Place.
Yes.
In the stick or the...
I use the cream.
The cream, yeah.
So I'm taking it from the blender, and you can use a brush, and we're just going to stipple the product on.
Ooh, this feels good. Like sometimes when people do your makeup, like you can just feel that it's just not. Sometimes it doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? This feels right. Like I like when like someone's like not afraid. You know, like you have no fear. Yeah.
You want to make sure you're meshing the product in, because you want it to push into the skin and settle into the skin and not sit on top of the skin.
When I used to do makeup, like sometimes people would be like, "You're pressing too hard," and I'm like, "Oh my god, like get out of my chair! Like I don't have time."
Gotta apply the pressure, honey.
You have to apply a little pressure. I think that's why I don't do makeup anymore, because I don't have patience. I'm like, you know what? Here, you do it then.
It does require a lot of patience. It does.
No, there's so many times where I've like people will be so picky about how you're applying it that I would just give them the brush. I'd be like, you know what? I said, I don't know how to do it that way, but here, show me. And I'd have that little like condescending grin, like, here, show me. You guys see, you asked why I don't do it, that's why, because I would take it there.
What did they do?
They'd be like, they go like this. No, it's okay, you can do it. And I'm like, oh, can I, or like what?
Like, trust the pro.
Right. Wait, so how come you haven't started a YouTube channel? You don't have time. You're like, I'm booked and busy. I don't have time.
I really don't have time, especially having my 3-year-old.
Aww.
But I will say I'm like naturally camera shy, which is crazy. I can teach a whole class, but I'm just naturally camera shy.
I mean, you're doing good right now.
Oh, thanks.
How old's your son? Oh, you said 3. What's his name?
He is 3, Landon. He is amazing. He keeps me going. He definitely does. Or what about you? Are you going to plan on having
I guess, like, after the wedding. You know what it is, like, and you could keep putting the makeup on, but I think what it is, like, with me is, like, the way my body is set up, okay, like, let's be honest, like, it's gonna be real for me. Like, I have wide hips, like, I'm naturally, like, thick. When I get pregnant, it's gonna, I'm gonna,
No.
I'm like, it's gonna be bad.
But guess what? All of that goes away when the baby comes, because
true.
I was ginormous when I gained 100+ pounds.
What? Did you?
I was eating.
Oh, wow.
Eating so much. So this is Juvia's Place.
Yeah, I like 14. Yeah, I like that one.
Before I added the 14, I added the number 10 because I like a transition concealer.
Yeah.
I love the coverage, but I don't want to go straight to a light concealer because I feel like it's harder to blend in.
Yeah, period.
So we're going to take the blender and we're just going to mesh that concealer in. You want to make sure you're blending out the edges of that concealer on the chin. Don't carry it out too far. Make sure you're getting around the nose, all the cracks and crevices.
Yeah, get up in that crack.
And I always highlight on the top lip only because naturally we have a lot of hair follicles. It's darker. Naturally around the eyes and around the mouth you have a lot of veins and arteries. This is the science teacher in me. I used to be a 7th grade science teacher.
Yeah, drop the knowledge.
Yeah, so you have a lot of veins and arteries, so that's what you're seeing with the hyperpigmentation. This is Black Opal Mocha, Suede Mocha.
Ooh.
And we're gonna contour now.
I love a contour. And then you can move my head if you need to.
Oh no, you're good. This is what I do.
Oh, okay.
And this is Colordujour Brush 120.
I feel like you do such a good job like blending.
I think sometimes I overly blend.
How? How is that
easy.
like how do you overly blend though? Like you blend it to where it's like not on the face anymore?
Yeah. And I always have to go back and add some more in. So we're gonna use a Graftobian palette, and notice I'm not gonna go too dark. I wanna take it just, you know, lighter than the perimeter contour. So.
And you contour everyone's nose?
For the most part, I don't like to go too dark. I like to provide that structure just for professional photography.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll wash you out for your wedding, so you wanna make sure you have some type of structure to your nose.
Yeah, sometimes my nose disappears the way I do my makeup.
Sometimes, yeah, so on pictures, probably more so, right?
Yeah, that's the key right there, applying it and then like blending the nose contour, because you know, I'm all about not having like freaking landing strip, like long, you know. I was trying to think of like a funny name, but you know what I'm talking about. The 2 lines. Ooh, yes.
So this is Makeup Forever Y405.
That's my ish right there. What do you think about this?
I love it. So I was always like a Studio Fix girl. But I will say I have been going to the Makeup Forever powders lately.
They're really good. And you know what? Like the Studio Fix, it's, I feel like, harder to travel with. Like if you have a bunch of them, because it's like you can't like, well, you could depot them, but you know, they're round. This is like easier to put in a compact. I don't know.
And this is Makeup Forever Y505.
I'm trying to tell her like she needs to use a powder puff. And she's like, I'm all powder puff. No, you guys know, like that's a new thing for me. And it is like a game changer. But I will say that your hand is like a lot softer than mine. I'm very like I have a heavy hand. You have the magic touch.
I want to try it. Let's try it.
You want to try it?
Yes. All right, we're trying out the puff. Ooh, okay. You know what you're talking about.
Do you like it? Like honestly?
I do.
Can you tell the difference or no?
I really do. Yeah, I can see it's just blending everything together without moving anything.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, I just learned that. It's like I haven't been doing that for a while. I just literally just learned that.
Okay, you changed
You
my
like
life.
it?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start using puffs now. And
it's good.
I know you love the Fenty Cashew powder.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use that under the eyes.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll use my Derma Blend. I really love Derma Blend too, under my bride's eyes.
I don't know if I've used that. I feel like
the translucent and like the saffron and the banana powder.
Have I used it? Oh, the banana on top of it? Or it's called banana?
It's called banana. I like to go ahead and mesh the powder in. So I'm gonna pick up my blender. Let's see how the other side goes.
Ooh, I'm like excited. I'm like, wait, what? So you don't bake, you like press it in?
I press it in.
Ooh. Maybe I need to do that. Because sometimes when I bake, like, I feel like I can't bake that long.
It's drying.
Because, yeah, it dries me out. But then, like, doing what you're doing, I feel like it scares me.
Why does it scare you?
I don't know, because I don't, maybe because I've just never done that. Oh, yeah, that looks good.
It's pretty.
I mean, I think Cashew looks good, no?
It's beautiful. And then we're going to add a little bit more. So this is probably where I do bake. So here.
Oh, along the nose, yeah.
So I don't have to go in with that darker contour shade on the side.
Yeah, I see a lot of people do their makeup and they don't bake like the side of their nose. Like they'll start the bake like where this is ending, they'll start it there. I'm like, no, you need to bring it
in.
Yeah, bring it all the way in.
To help with the contour. So you're planning for your big day. Are you excited?
Yes. I feel like I'm just like ready to walk down the aisle. Like if I was balling like freaking Kim and Kanye, I would have like a 2-month engagement and fly everyone out. But you know, it's not the case, so.
Are you okay with waiting? Like waiting?
Yeah. I think I'm just naturally, I think we all are very impatient. you know, like I'm super impatient. Like I want things now. Like hurry, 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 hurry. Like that's just how I am with everything. So no, I think like a 1.5 year engagement is like perfect.
I agree.
Yeah, I just need to like chill out. But I already found like my wedding planner, the venue, pretty much everything. I know how I want my hair, my makeup. Well, the makeup's the only thing that I'm like, you know.
You want to be glammed.
Yeah, I just want to be glam. That's what I mean. Like I know I want to be glam. I have folders. I need folders. I have like a folder on Instagram for dresses, for decor, for everything.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm like prepared.
So we're gonna add concealer on the lids. Dust of colors, 22.
Have you ever done someone's makeup and it like, not that it went bad, like, or they started crying after you did it on their wedding day or anything like that? Has that ever happened?
Absolutely. Like sometimes I'll have brides cry before the makeup sets, and that's when it starts moving.
I'd probably just roll my eyes like, oh my god.
I have an anxiety attack, and then I go in and touch up.
Oh my gosh.
Would you say you would be emotional on your wedding day? You think you would?
I think I'm gonna like cry when I walk down the aisle, because I know Les is gonna cry. He's a Cancer. Like he's very like emotional.
Aww.
So like, yeah, he was in a wedding actually last September and he cried. Like, and he wasn't even getting married. He was a groomsman and he cried.
Gosh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. And I was just looking at him like, oh, look at him crying. So I feel like when I walk down, like I'm probably gonna like start to cry a little bit. I don't know. You just never know, because I might also be excited.
Yeah.
So I might not cry, but I feel like seeing him cry might like be emotional. I think I'm gonna cry like the day before during the rehearsal dinner. I'll probably cry because I'll be like, oh my god, like I'm getting married tomorrow finally. Like never thought this day would come, you know.
I was so nervous I couldn't cry.
Really?
No.
I don't think I'm gonna be nervous. I think I'm gonna have like a couple shots tequila in me. I'll have some. I think I'm gonna be liquored up. So.
I'm picking up one of my favorites, Dose of Colors, Desi Katie collection.
Shout out Desi Katie.
And this is Just a Kiss.
The brown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that brown.
Gotta work the corners, honey. Work the corners.
So do you use like one brush to blend it and then a separate brush to, or one brush to apply it and then a separate brush to blend it out, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time. Typically a brush that's clean.
Yeah. To blend it?
To blend it out.
See, sometimes I get lazy with my crease. Like, I'm just like, I don't have time to be blending it for hours. I think I'm just impatient. I know.
Like, so repeat after me, blending.
Blending.
I got time for that.
I got time for that. Yes. I know. Sometimes, like, if you look at my videos, you'll see there are times where I have time and I'm like not being impatient, and then there's other times where you're like, oh yeah, she was trying to do her makeup quick.
This is Morphe 24G Glam.
So this is darker?
So it's like a rich chocolate brown. I'm applying it more so like on the edges of the color that I applied on the outer corners.
And you're like barely, like I feel like you're barely touching it, kind of.
You want to create a transition. I'm big on smudging. I like to have balance with the eyes. We're going to smudge under the eyes. Look up.
I love smudging under the eyes.
Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite bride? Like, do you ever look back and you're like, oh, or like...
Yeah, I do. I had a bride. Oh my God. Her wedding was like amazing. And she had ballerinas and cages dancing at her reception. It was bomb. Her name is Charlie.
Ballerinas?
Yes. At her reception.
Oh, wow. I was thinking about having salsa dancers at mine.
I like that idea.
Might be fun. I don't know.
Are you going to get up and do some salsa too?
I don't want to do like a dance, because every video I've seen of someone like trying to salsa in like a tight dress, it doesn't look good. Plus, it's like that's like a lot of pressure on your wedding day to like do a dance in front of people. Like I'm not a performer. Like I'm here to have fun. Like no. But you know, it might be fun to have them like perform and then grab people and everyone gets in and starts dancing.
Oh yeah, that's
even if you don't even know what you're doing.
Yeah, doing the wine dance.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. So I'm using that Dose of Colors palette again, and we are going to, what shade is this? Pick up Churro. Is that Churro?
Desi Katie's palette. Friendcation.
We're just going to pack this onto the lid.
Yeah, when they first came out with this palette, I was using it like every single day.
It's beautiful.
For like months.
So crazy with me being married almost 10 years. The trends have changed so much. And people that get married now have so much pressure.
You think so?
Yeah, with Instagram, social media.
Yeah. I think actually Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Because I feel like I told a couple people that I didn't want to do an engagement party or a bridal shower or any of those things. And people were just like, almost like, you have, like what? Yeah, I just want to do like an engagement shoot, you know? And then use those pictures for like the save the dates, the invitations, and then do the wedding. Like I might later change my mind and have like an engagement party, but I'm like, so many people would have to fly in. That's more expenses for them when they could use that for the wedding, you know? I don't know. It's just like a lot for like no reason. I don't know.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but there's definitely pressure. And then as soon as you like I'm sure when I get married, people will be like, oh, like they'll have a lot of opinions about everything from makeup to hair to dress to and you just have to like not care.
Yeah, you have to remember it's for you.
You're right.
And your husband. So right now, I'm just taking Stila and I am pushing it into the lid.
The liquid?
Yes. That has a nice shimmer. My brides really like to pop on their lids.
Yeah, I've just never thought of putting this over powder.
Yeah.
I might do this.
I'm really into smudging. Why? Because it creates a nice little gradient to the eyes. So I'm going to smudge along the lash line.
So you didn't put liner on, it's just shadow?
Not yet. I like to do the liner as well, just to create transition. I'm taking that same eyeliner, just lining the top. Make sure you don't go above that smudging.
And this is brown?
I don't really, I feel like, especially on my brides, black can be harsh at times.
Yeah.
So I go in with brown.
Oh, you have brown on right now?
I have brown on right now. So just to keep it softer, not so hard. So I just recently put Shayla on these. These are mink lashes, but they're so reasonably priced. They are the True Style lashes.
Let me see these bad boys.
They are, I love the way they are fluffy and they curl at the end. I know in Houston, the MUA Project sells them. You can get them for $6 there.
Ooh, that's a good price.
Yeah. All right, this is Duo Glue that I'm using. So the trick with lashes, I think a lot of people struggle because you go too far in and too far out and our eyes bunch up. So you want to make sure you don't put them too far in or too far out. So on my brides, I really like to lift their under eye area. I don't like to overdo it, but I like to do it. So we're going to go in with that lighter shade. This is 405?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I think it is. I think it's 405, 425, and like 415 in there or something. I kind of just went crazy. Ooh, yes.
I like for my brides to have full coverage, but not scare their guest.
Yeah.
So I just always make sure it is blended.
Yeah, I don't care about my guests. I'm like, This is
Pictures.
Yeah, this is for the pictures. I feel like a lot of makeup artists do this, and like I feel like I've tried to do it myself, and I haven't figured it out yet. Where you put the powder on, and then you set it with loose powder, and then you add powder again. For some reason, the powder again thing for me, like I'm still trying to figure out.
It's not soaking into you.
It's like, yeah, I think it makes my skin dry when I do it. So I'm doing something wrong.
So at the end, I know it's like powdery, but I go back in and I spray and I make it more skin-like.
It might be because the sponge too. That's what someone used that, yeah.
Sponge is it blends in everything. And sometimes I'll use my brushes, like I'll go in under the eyes with my brushes.
Do you like how I'm like posing like this every time
I love it. So obviously I love this shade. This is Fenty Coco Naughty.
I knew it!
And I'm using Colordujour Brush 113. I'm just gonna stipple.
This is professional. This is a professional technique right here. This is what every like makeup artist does.
Stipple.
Yeah.
You want to stipple higher on the cheekbone.
What are your thoughts on a lot of blush?
I'm not big on blush.
Really?
I never have been, but
I've been getting into blush. Like that's like my thing. Like a lot of blush.
For my brides, I do like to make them look like a blushing bride.
Yeah.
So I go a little lighter with my blush sometimes.
Yeah. It's like I feel like when I have like light eye makeup on, I love having a lot of blush on. Like a light colored blush. Because I think if it's too dark, then it looks like almost red. Like on our skin tone, you know?
Yeah, I agree. That's what I love about your videos. You're able to break it down in such an organized way.
Oh, thanks.
That takes talent.
I think it's just from like doing makeup for so many years, working at the MAC counter for so many years.
Right.
You know, you just become like an educator.
This is Artist Couture. in Honey Drip. And we're using Colordujour Brush 116 to highlight.
I love this highlighter. This is Angel's brand. You know Angel, Mac Daddy?
Yes.
Yeah. This is actually discontinued.
Oh,
but they have it at Sephora. Because I was just on Sephora.com and I saw it. So.
I don't like to overdo it because once we spray, you're going to see that illuminator that's underneath. But I do love my brides to be... They actually asked for this, so...
What do you think about this highlighter?
Love. It's very, like, thin. So,
yeah.
you know, it's buildable.
I like the shade, too. Like,
yes.
the undertone. I was, like, mad when you told me they discontinued this.
So I like to highlight not all the way down the center of the nose, but just the higher part of the bridge and the tip. And I like to take what's left, put it on the forehead.
Ooh, I've never done this before.
I like my brides glowy. Just makes for great pictures.
Yeah, I feel like my skin looks really good.
It does. Your skin is, first of all, amazing.
Thanks.
Starting with a great canvas. It's that water. I try to tell my clients.
I eat healthy. I mean, I feel like for a lot of people it's diet, you know?
Definitely.
And sometimes people just have nice skin because it's genes, but...
Oh, you made me go keto. Thanks to you, I went keto because I was like, how do you do this? And then you posted that green bowl, and I was like, okay.
You're like, I could do it.
I can do it. And
how long were you keto?
Oh, 2 months. Just 2.
It's hard. I think living in LA, it's a lot easier to eat very healthy and clean versus like when I go to North Carolina, that's where Les is from. There's like no, I don't want to say there's no healthy restaurants, but kind of like not really. Like here you'll have like a salad spot, like there's hella salad spots, you know?
Yeah, we have a lot of cheese, a lot of grease.
Yeah, a lot of grease.
A lot of bread. And
yes.
It's great. That's why Houston girls are thick.
Mm-hmm.
We like it. I'm going to use Makeupshayla lovely creamy lip liner pencils. I love them. So you want to make sure you line the lips and go to the very edges.
A lot of brands don't do brown lip liner right.
I agree. So they come off so ashy sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do KKW Nude3 and 1.5. So we're mixing them together. And I'm using Colordujour brush. This is number 102. It's the lip brush.
So when I get married, sorry, should I blot or no?
No, you're good.
Like what do you do like when you're at the altar and you have to kiss them? You got lipstick on. Like what do you do?
So what I do,
Like
I run.
peck?
No, you still kiss. You want to kiss. You want that.
Cause I don't want like makeup. You know, I don't want lipstick all over my chin. Like what are we doing here?
You still need to kiss.
Like I feel like just like a cute kiss, right? Like what do you? That's like what concerns me because I'm like.
You could do a peck, but you know everyone's waiting for that sloppy kiss. Not the sloppy kiss.
So what are your thoughts on like liquid lipstick? You don't like it because it's matte?
I'm not a fan of matte for pictures for the bride.
No?
I feel like matte washes them out a little bit.
Yeah.
I like a nice, because when your lips are glossy, it's sexy.
Yeah.
So just like
I'm just worried about like when things getting caught in it. You know, there's like so much.
And that does happen. So you gotta make sure your hair is not blowing on it. But you always want to make sure you have a makeup artist there that can touch it up.
This looks pretty.
And this is Dominique.
Cosmetics?
From Buxom.
Oh,
Buxom
yes, we like Buxom.
Yes. So do y'all see how long it takes me to do lips? I take my time.
That's good. My nose looks snatched.
It's so cute.
I don't even remember what'd you put? Bronzer?
The bronzer. So I was just using...
Coco? Or Mocha?
No. I was picking up this one.
Oh, okay.
I always like to go in with the same...
Like the skin tone.
Skin tone. Because when you compact it, it darkens.
Yeah.
Some people think they have to go in with a darker powder. Okay, so this is Colordujour Brush 106.
Ooh.
And I'm going to make those inner corners pop. My brides actually request this. It is a very bridal technique because it just opens the eyes, makes you look dainty.
That looks pretty.
It does. So what I like to do, of course, settle everything in. We're going to add just a little bit more shimmer. I like my brides to truly glow. I like for it to look like skin. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do the mascara. We're going to use Fenty Beauty Mascara. And this is their full frontal.
Just like what I got on. Just kidding. Frontal wig.
Okay, look up for me. I always like to do the bottom lashes first. When you mascara the top, you just want to aim for your actual lashes. You don't want to put the mascara on the strip because you don't want to change the character of the lashes. So let's make it a little bit more shimmery and a little bit more bronzy.
Like right here?
Yes. And then to...
Let me just get undressed real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, get naked. So I'm just taking whatever's left on my brush, just to, you know, add a little bit of color to the chest.
What if someone has like a dress that goes like halter top or like...
I always ask them like, how is your dress at the top? And then I'm just gonna add a little bit more to those cheeks. Why? Because I like for my bride to glow, and then when that makeup settles in, it's gonna look like skin. And I love to just watch my bride, you know, as she's getting ready, because of course from nerves she's sweating, so that makeup is settling in perfectly.
Said from nerves she's sweating.
From nerves.
I know, shoot, I might be sweating too.
So I'm going to lock the face down. This is very important. And we're gonna do Urban Decay De-Slick. Like for my bride, sometimes I'll use Ben Nye Final Seal, but it's a weird consistency, but it will lock your makeup down.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's sticky. When you spray it, you have to wait for it to dry. I'm gonna do a little bit more. So we're gonna be using Patrick Ta for body. This is a shimmer body oil, and it's in the shade Rose. We're gonna use it on the chest. Y'all see my hand? This is typically, it actually looks worse than this on what it is.
Probably have it all up in your arm.
Pretty much, because I love doing a lot of mixing and customizing for my brides.
Do you like it?
Yes, I do. I like how it,
it's like glow, like...
yeah, and it's thin when you apply it.
So I definitely need like shimmer on my chest on wedding day. Yeah.
Chest, arms, back.
Ooh.
And this is really scary, but sometimes I'll take what's left on the brush.
My face, I'm all...
And go on the cheeks. It helps settle in, that highlight a little bit more. Just brings it all together.
Oh yeah, that does look good.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't trust myself to do that, but it looks
you have to have a light hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to, sometimes when you're spraying the face, you don't get the under eye area, so it's okay to spray your blender with the setting spray. And then go in under the eyes.
Oh wow, with the light touch?
Mm-hmm, with a light touch. You don't want to do any rubbing. You don't want to move any of that product.
I don't think I ever do that. I feel like I tried doing that once and it was like bad for me. You just have to be a pro like you.
So this is me at the end. I'm just like, what can make my bride pop even more? I always do that. Like I'm always assessing and always cleaning up. So I'm going to take just a lighter shimmer and place it in the center of her lid.
Like a highlighter?
And this is a highlighter, and this is from Morphe 8S palette.
Pretty. I feel like I look very like soft glam, like this look won't go out of style.
It won't. It's very timeless. You can look back at your pictures and not know what year it is. That's important.
Yeah, that's what I like. Ooh, it looks good. Are we done?
So pretty, and you are done. You look.
Are we
gorgeous.
done? Oh my god!
Me being the perfectionist, I want to. It's like I want to add one more. You see how much I like to work under those eyes? I always go back to that under eye area.
I think it looks good though.
It's so pretty.
It looks good. Alright guys, here is the finished look. I freaking love it. Like I feel like I look like a bride. Like this is like bridal makeup goals. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. I mean, your face is easy.
Oh,
you made it easy.
thanks. So if you guys are in Houston or anywhere in the world, okay, and you need someone to do your makeup, like honestly, like I feel like you're just gonna get like the most just beautiful, flawless, timeless look. And you're amazing. You're so good. I love it.
Shayla.
Like
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm like, I really have nothing to say, like nothing bad to say about this. Like I love it. I will go out, you know, bopping in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I'll go out bopping in this.
Be a bopping bride.
Bopping bride. I feel like I should just like wear this veil for the rest of the day. Like I'm kind of feeling this look. It looks
very fitting. That's okay.
It looks really good.
Yes, it's so pretty.
If you guys like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel. Check out Colordujour.com, right? Colordujour.com.
Yes.
If you're in Houston, check out her makeup studio. It's bomb. She's so talented. And you also have hairstylists, right?
Yes, I have 2 hairstylists. I work alongside some talented makeup artists.
She is a business owner, period.
Thank
Boss, period.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. And last but not least, strut and slay.